Welcome everybody to Saddle Mountain near Tonopah, Arizona. It's a beautiful boondocking spot on BLM land. That's Saddle Mountain there. There's Cass. And I thought today I would answer a question I get quite a bit, which is, hey Becky, when you're out boondocking, how do you power your things? And the answer is solar. I kind of feel silly answering this question because there are a lot of people who know a lot more about solar power than I do, but I will explain what I do. This is my Renogy 100 watt solar suitcase kit. I bought it off of Amazon. It was during Black Friday a couple years ago, like 2015 I bought it. And it was $250, and I think it costs more now without the sale, but it's a 250 watt panels held together with a hinge, and the solar charge controller is mounted right to the back. You can get it with or without the controller, but as a total noob who doesn't have any other way to control what's coming in from the panel, I got the controller. You can order your own and do your own system if you were handy and whatnot, but I opted to just go the easy way and have it all together in one kit. I like this because, you pull it out of the box and it works as is. There's no installation, unlike with solar panels you mount on the roof, which is great for somebody like me who isn't very technically inclined and doesn't want to drill holes in the roof. The problem is the charge controller is not waterproof, so I do need to put the whole system away when it's threatening to rain. It's water resistant, like if it drizzles on it, it'll be fine, but that's exposed electronics there, so if it gets wet, it will get ruined. You can see it's kind of scraped up on the front. Another problem with having a portable kit is if it's really windy out, the wind's coming from behind it, the wind can blow the whole thing over. And I've had it topple over a couple times now, which is where those scratches came from. It's kind of scraped up the glass, but it still works just fine. The panel hasn't actually broken yet, which apparently can happen if it lands with enough force. You can crack the glass and ruin the panel. A way I get around that now is there are struts kind of on the bottom here, and you can put something weighted on these to give it more weight so that it doesn't flip over as easily. So if you're going to be boondocking in windy conditions, I do recommend putting something on it to keep it from flipping. And this is kind of how it holds closed. There's just clips on one side and it wraps around on there, and it just kind of folds up into like a little suitcase, and I just throw it in the back of the truck when I move from spot to spot. Now, you notice I have a bike lock on here. This is kind of to deter casual thieves. Now the truth is, with a generator or anything like this, you can lock it up, but a serious thief is just gonna have a bolt cutters, and they'll cut right through that. But this kind of keeps honest people honest, and I have not had a problem with anybody messing with it. But you theoretically could. You see, I just have it tied through the carry handle, loops around, locks there, and the other end is through my metal bumper. I just wrapped it around and locked it down there. And the cord coming from the charge controller comes through here, and it goes up into the battery compartment. So let me open that up so you can see inside there. So looking back in the battery compartment of Cass, when you buy this particular kit, it actually comes with alligator clips that are supposed to plug in directly, you just connect them directly to the terminals on your battery. But as you can see, casitas have a really cramped battery compartment. There isn't a whole lot of room in there, and having to maneuver the alligator clip to the terminal on the opposite side of this little thing is a big pain in the butt. So I had a modification done. I had this little terminal mounted on here, and it connects to an Anderson connector. So you can see here, Anderson connector on both ends, and it's just wired in. Here, let me pull it out so you can see what it looks like. So here's what the ends look like, and you can buy these in hardware stores, and it's just got a male and a female end on either side. And they connect together, and it kind of comes up through here. There's a little fuse in here, and this fuse does blow on occasion, so I do have to replace it. It's a 15 amp fuse. And it goes there, and then it goes into the battery, and it charges my battery. So let me plug in I'll hook the voltmeter up to my terminals here. And 14.15, so it's working, yay! And I do like to check it every now and then just to make sure that it is still working. I mean, it says on the charge controller too, but I also like to verify in the actual battery just in case something were to go wrong. Like in the middle of the day, you're going to get a much stronger charge from it than during just after sunrise, just after sunset. Having one on legs like this where you can tilt it is great in the winter when the sun's at more of an angle. If you just had a panel laying flat, the sun's at such an angle even during the height of the day, it being the end of December, that this really helps me pull in a better charge. Getting out of the sun, it's pretty warm in the sun. So then people ask me, what all can I run on 100 watts? And the answer is not a whole heck of a lot. Most people who full-time with solar opt to go for a lot more solar than what I have. I'm just doing this on a budget, and I kind of enjoy seeing, like, living on less, so it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't own a TV, but that 100 watts lets me run my computer for pretty much all day while I'm working on my computer. It charges my phone, and occasionally it'll charge my Kindle and my other electronics. The electricity runs my water pump. It starts the spark to light my fridge, and that's really the only things. So yeah, I've had it about 2 years now, and it's worked out very well for me. I'm glad I invested the money in it, and for $250 it's been a great solution. So if you're on a budget and you don't have a whole lot of electrical stuff to charge, definitely, like, thumbs up, works quite well. Safe travels and happy trails.